Hey guys, Warren from Bronx Training. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to discuss the principle of progressive overload. So I'm basically trying to apply an appropriate level of stimulus over time so that I can adapt and get stronger or fitter. So I often see this done incorrectly in the gym. A lot of people come into the gym, they lift weights, they're not even sure of the weight that they're lifting, first of all, so they don't really track it. Secondly, they don't lift with much intensity or intent. And thirdly, they don't try and better that performance the next week or the week after that. So essentially, that's the theory of progressive overload, is that I'm going to perform a lift with a certain amount of weight for a certain amount of reps at a certain intensity. And then the next week, I'm going to come back and I'm going to try and better that performance in the gym by just a little tiny little bit. And progressively overload that muscle, overload that system until I'm either bigger or stronger or fitter. So I'm just gonna give you an example utilizing something like the chest press here. So let's just say I've come in at week 1 on my training program. I've got 3 sets of 10, okay? I'm gonna push through my 3 sets of 10, okay? And let's just say on the last set, you know, those reps are slowing down a little bit. It's a little bit harder to get out those last couple of reps, okay? So I've reached an appropriate level of intensity for that exercise on that day. Now, I'd record that weight. Let's just say I've done maybe 60 kilograms for 3 sets of 10. I record the weight, and what I'm gonna do is the next week, when that shows back up in my program, I'm going to try and do 65 kilograms. And again, I might choose to stick at 3 sets of 10. Maybe I want to try and do 3 sets of 10 at 65, 67 kilos. I'm going to try and push that up incrementally. I could even do another set of the same weight. So let's just say I'm going to try and do 4 sets of 10 that next week, okay? So either I'm trying to push the repetitions, I'm trying to push the weight, I'm trying to push up the intensity of that exercise incrementally. So I've come in week 2 and I've looked at my program, I've remembered that I've done 60 kilos for 3 sets of 10. So again, I'm gonna bump that up to 65. And again, imagine I've pushed through, I've come into those last couple of reps, and again, I'm finding that I'm looking like I'm just gonna struggle on those last couple of reps, okay? I've found a nice level of intensity, and I've done a little bit more on week 2 than I did on week 1. I've bettered my performance, okay? So I'll continue to do that for the next few weeks, week 3, week 4, even into week 5, all right? Before possibly I've reached a bit of a ceiling on that exercise and I need to either deload, recycle, or I need to choose a different exercise to get an appropriate level of intensity for my chest, which is the example we're using today. So, a couple of things to remember for progressive overload is ensure you track the weight, okay? Use an app, use notes in your phone, record it some way, right? If you're training with a coach, you've probably got some sort of app these days that you're able to record your weights in. So record it. Once you've recorded it, you've got to try and better that performance the next week. There's no right or wrong there. So you can either try and do a few more reps, you can try and do a little bit more weight, you can even reduce the amount of rest time that you have between sets. No right or wrong answer. We just want to better that performance on week 2, week 3, week 4 going forward. That's how you're going to get stronger. That's how you're going to grow a little bit more muscle. And that's how you're going to have better performance in the gym. So that's the theory of progressive overload. Hope it helps. Like and subscribe on these videos, and we'll catch you in the next one.